Mia, come on in, have a seat.
Hey, Miss D. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you today? How can I help you?
Well, Coach asked me to come in and talk with you this morning. Had a little bit of an incident yesterday at practice,
Okay.
and so he thought you'd be the best person for me to come and talk to.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you felt comfortable doing so. I just want to remind you that anything we talk about in my office is going to be confidential unless I do feel that you're a harm to yourself or others. But do you want to tell me a little bit more about what happened yesterday?
So yesterday in practice, I ended up passing out, and I ended up needing to go to the hospital.
Okay.
And so I think that scared everybody on the team, certainly scared
Yeah,
Coach.
I'm sure.
And it scared me too.
I'm sure.
But so while I was there, they found that I had some illegal substances in my body,
Okay.
which caused me to pass out.
Okay. Okay, well, how are you feeling today?
I mean, I'm feeling okay, I guess. I think as well as any one person can feel after going through something like that.
Right. Can you tell me a little bit about why you felt like you needed those performance enhancing drugs? Because, I mean, I have your transcript and I know a little bit about you from other interactions around school. You're an excellent soccer player. You know, you're a really great student all the way around. So tell me a little bit about why you felt like you needed those things.
We have a really big game coming up, and finals are pretty close to coming around the corner, and felt like I just needed to take something that would help me perform on both ends. And there's a lot of pressure on me and to go to school. I'd be the first person in my family to go to school, and there's a lot of pressure for my parents to do well and keep up my grades and also perform well on the soccer field. And my parents can't afford for me to go to school, so an athletic scholarship is really the only way that we kind of feel like that's the way for me to go. And there's a big match this Friday, and scouts were going to be there, and felt like it was something I needed to do to keep everything in check.
Well, and you're a junior, so I understand that it's normal to have these expectations and these pressures on you, because this is when you're starting to look at schools for either soccer or just going to college. Is there a time that you didn't feel so much pressure?
I mean, I think before, before it was really, before I started talking to my parents about going to school, and when it was just fun to play soccer, and it didn't feel like a chore, it felt like something that I needed to do to get me into school. It almost feels like that's the only thing I have to sort of hang my hat on right now. And
Right.
there's not really an alternative. We don't really see an alternative way for me to go to school. My parents can't afford it, and
Okay.
so
Okay. Well, how do you feel about coming to school today after that happened? How did you feel about that?
I mean, I just wanted everybody to treat me normally, and I didn't want there to be any sort of, I didn't want to be treated special, because that's not what I was looking for. And it's not like I'm some troubled youth who's trying to get attention or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, you've said some really good things. It sounds like you are feeling a lot of pressure from your parents, especially about school and going to college. It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed even, but you don't feel like you need any sort of special attention. You don't feel like this is something that has to be reoccurring. This was maybe a one-time thing, an isolated incident. And I think that's really good. I think that's something to work on. How about we try to meet again and talk a little bit more about this situation and maybe some others, and then maybe down the road I can help do some work with helping you find some alternative ways for college.
Thanks.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, Misty, I really like that.
All right, great. All right, well, let's set up a time we can meet again.
All right.
Thank you, Mia.